Hi there, it's Rachel from scrappinandhappy.blogspot.com with another Let's Get Crafty video. This is part card 6 in my vintage card series, and this card will complete that series, and I'm going to move on to another theme. I'm actually having a lot of fun making cards in this way, so please join me for today's episode. So what we're starting off with is an A2 size card piece of paper. And what I'm going to do is, like with the other ones, I'm going to go through and use my Making Memories distresser, and I'm just going to distress all the edges of the card here. Okay, now my next piece of pattern paper is this paper. It's from my stash. I have no idea what the name of the company is or what, how long I've had it, but it has a vintage feel. With, I think this is called Damask, D-A-M-A-S-K, I believe. So we're just going to distress the edges, and then the next piece of cardstock for the card measures 3 3/4 by 5. Redley, no. No. Okay. So you can see I've gone ahead and embossed the pink cardstock that matches the base with the Cuttlebug note folder. And so the next step is I'm just going to go along now and distress the edges. For this one I want it nice and dark, so I'm going to actually use the edge of the ink pad. I'm just using my Van Dyke Brown, same ink that I used in all my other card series, and ink the edges of this. Now, because I want it to have a distress look along the side, I'm just going to run the ink pad along the edges. Okay, now running the ink along the edges, and then I'm just using a foam sponge just to give an aged look to the rest of the card. So the next part, sorry, my dog is getting into my stuff. Redley, no. Okay, so the next step is going to be to adhere down the base. And adhere down the card base again, just using my ATG. Okay, so next comes our Cricut cut. Now this is a stamped image that comes off of the Basecamp cartridge, but there are a lot of other cartridges that do have a stamped image on it. So just go through your books, or you can go to mycutsearch.com, and they have a whole bunch of ways you can search for the cut you're after. So again, I want it to have a distressed look, and the stamp I'm using today is a word stamp, and I got it as a gift. It's called Local King Rubber Stamps, and the theme of it is love, but I just liked the writing in the background of this card. So it gives it a neat feel. So what I went ahead and did, these stamps come on a plastic. I haven't actually taken it off the plastic. I'm just using my Van Dyke Brown to ink the back. And then I'm going to put this down and then just rub over it. Carefully lift it off. And there you go. Okay. What I did with the last one is I actually just ran my oh my goodness, what's that thing called? My brayer over top, just to give it a more even finish, but my desk has rapidly become a disaster. So the next step is to stamp on the image. Now I'm using this Eiffel Tower. There's lots of companies that have Eiffel Towers these days. This one that I'm using is from Hero Arts, and I liked it because I work at a school with lots of French immersion teachers, and I thought it'd be fun to make a gift set that uses a whole bunch of French type cuts. So I'm just going to put that down. You can see I went ahead and used Versamark. And then I'm just using a brown embossing powder. And this is actually, it's something I've never tried before. It's Recollections embossing powder from Michaels. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and heat set the stamp. So that's what the finished stamp image looks like. In terms of embossing powders, the Recollection, I mean, it does do a nice job, but some of the other ones that I've had from Inkadinkadoo and Stupendous, I just find that the embossed part of it actually sticks up a lot more, but it still stands out and it achieves the look that I'm after. So the next step is to ink the edges of this cut. There we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is use this tool here. It's something new that I found, and this is what's going to give the bling look. I don't usually put bling on cards like this, but I thought I would try something different. So what this is, it's just a template that has a whole bunch of holes in it, and I think it was by Imaginescence. And what I do is I place the stamped image on the side here, and then I just make the circles. And then I have this set of bling that I got really reasonably with tons of colors, and then what I just do, because it's already it already has adhesive on it, is I just place the bling onto the card, following the template that I was just using. There we go. And put some down here. There. And there is our card. So to make the Eiffel Tower stamp embellishment look like it's standing out, I am just going to use some pop dots to pop this up. And there is the completed card using my Cricut, some bling, and my Cuttlebug embossing folder and paper from my stash. Now, you could go ahead and do a sentiment. Originally I was thinking just a note, but I really don't think that really looks great on here. I just, somehow it becomes off balance. So I might see if I can find something that I could stamp down here. Otherwise, I will just leave it as it is, and my completed card. Thank you for joining me for this series. Please stay tuned for the next video. This will show you how to make the cute little purse box to fit all these cards in. Take care and happy crafting.